This plan is lying to you. It's telling you that you have more space than you actually have. But the scale in some of the spaces is all wrong. But let's first address some of the obvious things. There's this really bad kitchen entrance. And in the kitchen, the fridge door closes the kitchen off when open. And this stove is crammed into the corner. Accessing any of the storage in these lower cabinets is always going to be a nightmare. And in this bathroom, walking to a space that greets you with a toilet is always just bad design. Now that some of the obvious things are out of the way, let's look at some of the less obvious things. When it comes to paths of circulation, we need 3 feet or 90 centimeters of space. And if we were to adjust the living room furniture, the space gets congested, and we don't have proper circulation around the dining area. And lastly, this closet is just one big lie. The second you try and add our laundry machine, you'll notice that the door isn't big enough to get one in. And if you did get a laundry machine in, you close off this space for circulation. It's an entire room of hard to reach and hard to use spaces. So let's fix this plan. We'll clear some things out and address this as a new build. And we're going to start with this corner. I think this corner is the keystone to any reasonable solution. I'll start by framing in a standard closet, and I'm pulling it back just a little, because this corner is the most efficient path of circulation throughout the home. And once we know what we need to keep clear, we can start to fill in the rest of the spaces. In the entry, we can add an entry bench that's out of the path of circulation. And this carves out a small nook to place some shoes. This wall becomes a great place to add hooks for storage of daily used items, because it's around the corner and it visually screens the mess from the majority of the spaces of the home. And because we know the area we need to keep clear, we can fill in the living room with a larger sectional sofa and a little more storage in a larger media console. And now we can address some of the new framing. This post and this path of circulation can inform us on where we want to place some new walls. And with a little bit of work, we can fill in a new kitchen and dining area. I've increased the overall counter space in the kitchen, which adds needed storage. And we've made sure to have counter space on either side of the sink and stove. I've created a strong kitchen triangle with the appliances in the proper order. And the dining table has proper clearance, so that every chair has at least 3 feet or 90 centimeters of space to back up. Next up, we can fill in the bathroom. We've increased the size of the vanity, which increases the amount of storage, and none of the vanity storage is blocked by a nearby toilet, like in the original design. We keep the tub shower combo, but the toilet's now placed in a nook around the corner for a little more privacy. And now for the bedroom. This is the layout of the original design, which shows us that we have room for a closet like this. And this closet has the same door configuration as before, but we've added a little bit more storage. But I also think that this is a great place to remove a framed closet and incorporate some built-in millwork instead. These tall cabinets add even a little more storage because we were able to remove the thickness of the framed-in wall. And under the window, we can add a long built-in piece, which can act as a dresser or even a built-in daybed with storage below. And if this space becomes a place to sit, we can remove the chair in the corner of the room and slide the dresser down. And while the most straightforward place for a door is in line with this wall, I think there's an opportunity here to pull the door back into the hall. This adds a small entry space in the bedroom, which creates a sense of relief and arrival. Carves out more room in the bedroom, and it also turns this back wall into a bit of a feature wall, allowing us to rotate the bed, which adds a little more space and breathing room on all sides of the bed, and it now aligns us with the large window, which connects us to the outdoors. This is option 1. It thoughtfully accounts for proper circulation throughout the home and elevates each individual space. The entry is more intentionally programmed, making better use of the space and adding a little more storage. The living room is less crammed with a larger sofa and more storage. And the kitchen and dining spaces become more functional, also with more storage. But more importantly, this space is safer to use now. The bathroom has better storage and better privacy, and the bedroom feels lighter and more intentional, while adding more storage. And while the original design didn't show us a laundry space, I thought I'd add one with option 2. I've added the laundry space beside the fridge. Now this might be odd in North America, but it's a lot more common in European countries. And I've also provided option 3, where I change up the bathroom by removing the tub shower combo and adding a walk-in shower. This frees up just enough space to move the laundry into the bathroom in this nook, while maintaining privacy with the toilet. These are the options. Which do you prefer and why? Let me know in the comments below. And if you need help with your next project, don't hesitate to reach out.